This is actually about my inheritance from my dad's family. I didn't realize that I was going to be talking about the inheritance. I thought I was going to be talking about the IRS. But
it's the same subject.
Yeah, it really is for me. So I inherited this money, and then it was really tied up in some yucky vibrations, and then I found a way of freeing it up for myself. But it's like I'm always confronted with a choice of, do I want to feel like maybe my uncle feels or my brother feels, or do I want to feel good? And so I found a way that feels good most of the time, but then I've managed to get rid of the boogeyman of the devil and God sometimes, and my mom, and all those different boogeymen, but now I have the boogeyman of the IRS, and I want to feel good, and I want to be able to accept where I am. And it's hard to create a virtual reality sometimes with it, because it's like I guess I just have to look somewhere else.
Well, you've answered your own question right before we were about to jump in the middle of it, because remember, creating a virtual reality to fix something is a misusing of the virtual reality. And sometimes when you're in the middle of something that feels big in your experience, it is big in your experience, and when you think about it, it does not feel good to you. The very best thing that you could do is to just set it aside temporarily, and by temporarily we mean for this moment. Think for just a moment about something really embarrassing that happened to you not so long ago. Something that still, when you think about it, feels embarrassing. And just start to activate it just a little bit, and then stop in the first whiff of it and say to yourself, I don't have to think about that now. I'm not going to think about that now. I might think about it later, but I'm not going to think about it now. And feel the rise of the discomfort and then the releasing of it. In other words, the feeling of antagonism and then the relief from it not coming over you. It's sort of like Esther is turning on the television looking for something interesting, and she gets right in the middle of surgery. And instantly her finger's on the button. What's really funny is when it's surgery. It's that same sort of feeling of, oh no, I don't want to go there, and immediately looking for something else to focus upon so that you don't go there. When you're in a situation where you don't necessarily have your finger on the remote control button and something in your life experience has activated a vibration within you, it's not the easiest thing to change the subject, but the remedy still is the same thing. And that's really why we're wanting to teach you to go to these little stints of virtual reality where you go there just for the pleasure of being there until you've shown yourself that you can deliberately activate vibrations that feel good. Because the hardest thing for physical friends in audiences like this to hear from us is that you do not have to do a virtual reality on the IRS in order to get the IRS to treat you the way you want them to. You don't have to get in there and work them around. In fact, we've never known anybody who could get into a virtual reality and make the IRS do anything, because you've been convinced otherwise. Your beliefs are very strong about it. They feel like a big body that's going to do what they're going to do. And if you tangle with the IRS, even where you have ultimate creative license, it doesn't work for you. So it is much better for you to just leave them out of the equation altogether and to do, in your virtual reality, other good-feeling things. And in the beginning, we would encourage you to do other good-feeling things that are not related to your uncle, that are not related to your brother, that are not related to the money necessarily, that are not related to the inheritance and not related to the IRS. In other words, we would just pick things that are easy to feel good about and practice them for a little while until you have reconfirmed or reaffirmed to the universe what your vibration really is. And then, you know what? IRS has to conform to that vibration. It's not possible for anything. Oh, we really want you to hear this so much we think we will shout it. It is not, we won't shout. Well, maybe we will. It is not possible for anything, including the IRS, to touch you in a way that is not active in your vibration. It is not possible. And if something is touching you in any way that it is touching you, it is because it is active in your vibration. And somebody should do something about it. And you're the only one who can. And so, now think about what we're talking about here. Did we say to you that you have to activate IRS in its icky form and then take it to virtual reality and transform it into an activation that's not in an icky form? No, in fact, we said to you, we don't even think that's possible. You have to activate vibrations that serve you, which is the same thing as saying deactivate vibrations that don't serve you. And the way you deactivate something you don't want is by activating something you do want. This is really important to hear. The way that you activate something that you do want automatically deactivates something that you don't want, and the way that you deactivate something you don't want is by activating something that you do want. But you don't have to activate anything about the IRS being good. You just have to not activate something about the IRS being bad. See how it works? Mm-hmm. So, what would be an easy scene for you? Where do you want it to take place? You get to choose. And remember, what is the purpose of the virtual reality? To practice good feeling vibration. So, let's go somewhere good feeling.
Okay.
Could be anywhere. Could be home. Could be somewhere far away. Inside, outside, you get to choose.
Okay.
Outside?
No.
Inside?
Oh, I don't know.
Something good feeling. You can dabble. And if it doesn't feel good, you can choose something else. In other words, there's no right or wrong in this. So you just ask yourself, generally speaking, do I feel best when I'm indoors or outdoors?
Indoors.
And generally speaking, do I feel best when I'm indoors in a beautiful space or indoors in a very dirty, very bug-ridden, what kind of space do I feel best in when I'm indoors?
Light, high ceiling, my apartment.
So we're indoors in your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And what time of day is it?
It's night.
It's nighttime?
Mm-hmm.
But your apartment is still light?
Oh, whoops.
It's all right. We just want you get to
Twilight
set the scene.
evening.
It's twilight evening,
Mm-hmm.
and where are you in your apartment?
I'm in my living room.
And it's a good feeling space?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the atmosphere? Are you getting ready to entertain? Are you there all alone?
There's someone with me.
Somebody is with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your mood or attitude? In other words, how are you feeling?
I feel joyous. Mm-hmm.
And how's your partner feel?
He feels joyous too.
And have you been together for hours, or are you just coming together? Is this the beginning of a rendezvous, or have you been together for many hours?
Beginning.
So there's a feeling of anticipation and a feeling of really looking forward to a very delicious time that is before you.
Yes.
Now your scene is almost over, and you have just a few minutes to say something to your friend. What are you wanting to say? Your time's up. Now, he has about 3 or 4 seconds to say something to you. What is he saying to you? 5, 4,
I love you.
3.
Mm-hmm. I love you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now, your scene is opened again. What would you like to say to him?
I love you, too.
No point in closing this scene, is there? Ooh, this feels very good, doesn't it? Maybe we better close it.
Yeah.
That's so powerful and so productive. In other words, do you know that as you activate that vibration of well-being, that in this moment, any forces that were moving toward causing you any trouble came to a screeching halt, literally, for the time of this change in your vibration? Because nothing can touch you that is not a match to that vibration while that vibration is there. So we're not trying to get you into virtual reality to hold off the IRS. We're wanting you to get into a virtual reality to practice those thoughts that feel like that. And as you practice them more and more, can you see how then you just want to have those experiences more and more? The more you practice, the more you vibrate it. The more you vibrate it, the more the universe gives it to you. The more the universe gives it to you, the more data you have to practice it, and the more moments that you don't even have to practice it because it's just already happening around you. You reach a place where you practice a little and observe fabulous life, and practice a little and observe fabulous life, and practice a little and observe fabulous life. And it is so rare when something happens that is off-putting or upsetting to you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So our encouragement to you is just to deactivate the IRS vibration and live happily ever after.
Okay. That ought to do it. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. You are ready? Sometimes we see you. You'll be standing in the middle of something not very much wanted. And you say, somebody should do something about that. Esther's line that she learned from a very funny dear friend years ago is, somebody should call somebody. Somebody should do something about that. And we say, somebody should. And that only somebody who can is you. You can change your vibration, and when you do, everything that touches you will change accordingly. So the virtual reality goes like this. You take on the stance of a film director, a creator of something that's going to be seen on the screen. And you choose where it will take place, what time of day it is, what the atmosphere feels like, what is the general mood of the place, how does your heart feel as you stand in the middle of it, who else is there, what is the mood or attitude of the other, what words do you exchange, how does it feel as you exchange them? Powerful creating. So, as we're moving forward here today, we'll assist you in choosing some virtual realities, and we'll guide you as you use them for this one tool. Now, we're going to speak this to you many, many times today. We're going to give it to you here. This is the reason for virtual reality. In fact, this is the only reason for virtual reality. This is why we think it's a good idea for you to do virtual reality. And this is the only reason that we would ever suggest that you do virtual reality. Virtual reality is for no other reason than this. There is only one reason that we want you to do virtual reality. We are really wanting you to hear why we want you to do virtual reality, because there is only one reason that we want you to do virtual reality. Would you like to hear the reason? To practice a dominant vibration that will serve you. Only reason. And it's a fantastically important reason. Because when you practice deliberately a virtual reality, what happens to you is you can then easily, anytime you want, activate that vibration that will serve you. And sometimes when life shows you something that you didn't mean for it to happen, but it activates another vibration within you that isn't serving you, if you've been practicing in your virtual reality a vibration that does serve you, you can get there really easily. So there's only one reason that we want you to play with us relative to virtual reality, and that is so that you can begin to make dominant a vibration within you that is of your choosing. Sometimes people use virtual reality or creative visualization as a means of fixing something that is broken. And we say, you would not create in your virtual reality a beautiful house and then give it a leaky roof and then bring a repairman into your virtual reality and fix the roof. You get a sense of what we are talking about? You just create in your virtual reality something that pleases you. And we've noticed that as you play the game, as you dart in, set the scene, choose something really quickly, exchange a few words, and dart out, you can maintain for 20, 30, 40, 50 seconds, sometimes 10, 5, 4. In other words, just a spattering of time, you can maintain a vibration that really, really serves you well. Sometimes if you stay in there longer, you start trying to fix things. So the key to virtual reality is get in quick, get a good feeling moment, practice it for a moment, then get out. Get in, create a good feeling moment, practice the feeling of it, then get out. And before you know it, you will have activated within yourself so many good feeling vibrations that they will dominate your vibrational pattern within a very short period of time, far less than what any of you would think. You can completely change the vibration that is you. Good. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. A great deal of value will come forth from this group. We can feel that you are truly out here on the leading edge. Some of you have been with us for quite a while, and you really understand the basics of this science of deliberate creation.